sewing friends, today I'm here to talk about 6 not boring knit top patterns, also known as like elevated t-shirts. I have noticed that my wardrobe is definitely lacking right now in some not so basic basics. There's stuff that I wear all the time, all throughout the fall and winter. So I'm really excited to share some of my favorite patterns as well as the fabrics I plan to sew them up with. So as I was doing my typical like seasonal shift in my wardrobe, my closet is very, very small. So I only keep in there what is like seasonally relevant and I change them over, and the rest of my clothes live up here in my attic studio. So in my closet, every season I like go through stuff and make sure that it fits, that it's what I want to be wearing. If there's good like outfit combinations where I can like feel creative with my wardrobe. And when I turned over and looked at my fall and winter stuff, I was pretty disappointed, to be honest, largely because a lot of the stuff I had doesn't fit me right now. So I went through like a pretty big size change in the last like year and a half. So a lot of my tops in particular are much too big. They're like falling off the shoulders and they just make me feel a bit like frumpy and like not put together because they just don't fit. So that's like one category. Then I have things that are either that feel really boring. I have things that feel too fancy. And then I feel like I just can't really make very good like outfit combinations that make me feel fun and creative, but also like present and comfortable like in my own skin. So I really had to look at that and was like, okay, well, how do I bridge that gap? Obviously, like I need to just replace things that either don't fit me, or because a lot of my wardrobe last year didn't fit me, I like wore the same few pieces like to death and they just need to be replaced. So one hand, I just need to replace certain items. And on the other side of things, I need to kind of bridge the gap between things that feel too fancy that I won't wear every day, or things that just feel too boring and where I feel like I get stuck in kind of a style rut. Because the reality is I do just love wearing jeans and t-shirts. I work from home. I have like a pretty casual lifestyle, and trying to like make myself wear dresses and tights at home is just like, dresses I love, but if I have to wear tights at home, like I just won't do it. I will wear them going out. But again, I work from home. So like I need to be more realistic about that. But I have found that just wearing solid t-shirts with the same like crew or scoop neckline with jeans is not it. In the summertime, I have like a rotation of Dawson tops that I absolutely love. They're solid, they're plain, but I wear them with like fun skirts or cute shorts. So I feel like I have a lot of like outfit buildability and creativity there. Whereas when I'm just wearing like jeans all the time, the solid crew neck t-shirts get a bit old. And yeah, it just like has not felt fun or exciting. And I'm a creative person and I want to bring some of that creativity into what I'm wearing, even on the day to day. So what I've come up with is kind of a criteria for some top patterns to try to get some good wear out of, some wearability and some good like outfit combinations. So I determined that I really want to have a good arsenal of knit tops that are just like feel really easy to wear, that give me the same like comfort and satisfaction of a t-shirt. But if I wear them multiple days in a row, it's not going to feel like I'm just wearing the same outfit over and over again. I do know that I don't like a printed jersey. I don't really wear many prints on top. Like I'll wear a printed dress, but I definitely don't wear many printed blouses, and I absolutely like don't wear. I have one printed jersey top that I wear in the summer that I like, but that's it. So like stripes, I love texture, but really I just like love a solid. So I want to stick to solid knits, but I do need in the pattern and in the details for them to be something a little bit more special. So I went through my pattern stash as well as the whole Seamwork library, did some digging on Instagram, and yeah, I've come up with 6 patterns that I want to try out. Some of them are hacks, that I want to try out, and I thought I would take you guys along the journey with me. So first up, I have the Brigit tee from Pattern Scout. I have made a couple versions of this one, but again, my long sleeve, like wintry one, is too big. I really love this pattern though because it has that really clean, like 90s square neckline. And I think that in the right fabric, it could really be elevated, not quite to like blouse level, but definitely like more than just a regular t-shirt, since it doesn't have that like stretched in neckband. It has a super clean square neckline that is actually finished with a half lining, which is also nice for being like extra cozy warm. The back piece is what makes it really unique, and like it's not difficult to do the adjustments because I did make a short sleeve cropped version for the summer a couple years ago, and the adjustment was actually really easy. It was just not the kind of adjustment that I usually make. So the back piece, it's one piece that comes, instead of just meeting at the shoulder seam, the seam comes all the way down and meets here at the front to give that really nice, clean square neckline. And I really just needed to shorten that whole area, which is something that I do on regular t-shirts also. I usually do a sloping shoulder adjustment. I didn't do it on this top, and you can see like how there's some excess here as well as a bunch of hair. That's nice. So by taking it up a little bit in the shoulder to follow the slope here, it kind of eliminates some of this excess here. So I need to do that on my Brigit tee, but I'm really excited to make the long sleeve version, and I'm definitely going to make the like regular length for the hip just to have a bit more versatility. I do have a short sleeve cropped one that I wear in the summer all the time, and it's super cute. But yeah, I love the Brigit. It's a very fun, very different construction, and again, that like clean square neckline I feel like really takes it out of everyday t-shirt category into something that can be worn as like a little bit more special, but is still going to feel just like really cozy and comfy. So for that one, I have this fabric, which is a viscose jersey, but it is very thick. Yeah, I was really surprised. It is definitely still a jersey. It's not like an interlock or something like that. It has the same like texture, like knit and purl situation, but it is 91% viscose and 9% elastane, which I'm wondering is maybe what gives it like a little extra heft. So I'm curious if this is gonna wash and wear better than a typical thinner viscose jersey. This is my whole beef. Like, I'm going to talk about it throughout these projects, is that like I love the feeling of a viscose jersey, but the durability is not always great. And I have found a bamboo cotton mix that I talk about all the time. It is such a great fabric. It really like balances the aspects that I like while combating the aspects I don't like. So I bought 2 of those. They're these ones. But then I also have this viscose jersey to try and this one, hoping that like I can kind of branch out to still get the features that I want without that kind of like, with a bit more durability. So the next one is a new pattern to me, and it is the Seamwork Goldie. This is a very fitted t-shirt pattern. It's a scoop neck with a regular neckband in it, but what makes it a little bit special is that it has some ruching here at the bust to kind of bring it down, and then so it's like more of a sweetheart neckline, even though it just has a regular neckband. It also has a little bit of gathering at the sleeves. It's not a full-on like poof sleeve. I love a statement sleeve, but again, I needed to be able to like layer things up. So as much as I love like an Adrian blouse, is not what I'm wanting for fall and winter, but I feel like just like the little puff sleeve, a little bit extra on the top here. It's very similar, I will say, to the Tilly and the Buttons Agnes. So when I was looking at like, do I want the Agnes or do I want the Goldie? I have a Seamwork membership, so I went for that one, but they're very, very similar. So for that one, Again, I love like the 90s vibe of it. So I went for this chocolate brown, which I think is really pretty. I was only gonna do 5 patterns, I'll be honest, because I had like 5 fabrics picked out, but I just like couldn't get this chocolate brown out of my head. I don't have anything like this in my wardrobe. I, yeah, have not really tried wearing this color, but I think it would be really, really pretty. And I like that it's kind of having a moment right now. It's very trendy, but I also feel like when it kind of like falls out of being trendy, like chocolate brown is still a really nice neutral. So this one is an Ecovero Viscose. So Ecovero is a brand slash certification that Viscose can have, just meaning that it has been produced in a closed loop system. So it's a bit more environmentally friendly than a traditional Viscose production could be. I will say it feels to me better than like a regular run-of-the-mill viscose. It's a little bit thicker and doesn't have that, like, sometimes it kind of has like a plasticky, even though if it's not polyester, sometimes viscose jersey has like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like a crunchy feel to it. This one doesn't, but I will say it is very thin. So again, I will sew this up, wash and wear it, and report back if I recommend this jersey or not. But either way, I do think it will make a very cute Seamwork Goldie top. The next pattern I've picked is one that I have made multiple times, but again, all of my versions just don't fit me right now. I absolutely, absolutely love the Forget Me Not Iris tee. I think I've like, in the course of this pattern has been out, I think I have probably made like 5, I want to say. I really love it. It is such a great, again, like elevated basic. It is a semi-fitted t-shirt with the sleeve has a very cool pleated detail. So there's a short sleeve which has a bit more pleating into it, and it like creates almost like a little puff, and then has a, what is that called? Like a little band here that it gathers into. And then there is a 3/4 length sleeve, which I will say doesn't quite fit my long sleeve requirement, but it's close enough, and I love this t-shirt so much. And this is my favorite view. I think that the like puff sleeve is more popular, but I really love the 3/4 length one. The pleat is a little bit more subtle, but I think it is really, really pretty. And this pattern also got re-released this spring in their full size range, so it now goes up to a 60-inch hip. So I'm very excited about that. And for that, I have this fabric. Now, this came in today, and I ordered like petrol, thinking like, to me, this is petrol. This is like cerulean. It's a beautiful color, but definitely a bit bright for me. So I'm gonna try it out. We're gonna see. And if I end up like not reaching for it, then I will give it to a friend who loves a bright color. So I think it is really pretty. This is that bamboo cotton jersey blend that I really, really love. I have several, or I have had several things that don't fit me anymore. Out of this fabric, it is so nice to sew. The cotton content gives it a bit more durability, so it washes and wears really well. It also is easier to cut and sew. It's like a lot less slippery. And so you still get the nice drape and ease of a regular viscose or bamboo jersey, but with like a little bit more body. It's like a little bit thicker and definitely more durable. So I love this jersey. I highly recommend it. I think I've seen it sold many places. I'll put in a couple links below if you want to go find it wherever you are. I highly recommend it. I absolutely love it. And again, I have made the Iris tee in this exact fabric, just in a different couple of colors. And I'm really excited to have one available to me in my wardrobe again. My next pick is another Forget-Me-Not pattern, but this is a little bit different because it will be a hack of 2 patterns. So I really love the neckline and the cowl like yoke and insert of the Sylvie top. And I've made a couple, I really like them, but I am not a fan of the like flutter sleeve. That is just not something that I get a lot of wear out of. The sleeveless view is super cute, and I have one that I wear all the time in the summer, but I did want just a regular slim long sleeve version. So what I'm gonna do is take the plain sleeve that comes with the iris tee. Nobody ever talks about it, but there is a plain short sleeve and 3/4 length sleeve that does come with the iris. And I'm gonna use that and extend it to be a regular long sleeve. And I'm gonna put it with the Sylvie cowl neck. I should have brought, do I have a picture? I have a picture, yes. So I will pop that in of the short sleeve one that I made a couple years ago. I wore it a ton. It's that really nice combination of like, it feels just like a t-shirt, but because of the cowl neck and like the drapery there, it feels more blouse-like. It was something that I could like reach for a lot of like professional things. It looks really cute under like a cardigan or like even a blazer. I don't wear blazers, but it would be very cute. I love that texture, and I think it'll be really, really great in a nice drapey fabric. So this is the same as this one, the bamboo cotton jersey. I don't know if I said the content. It is 68% bamboo, 28% cotton, and then 4% elastane. And this is in the like burgundy Bordeaux color, which very similar to what I'm wearing. This is definitely one of like my colors. Reds and greens, I really love, yeah. And pretty much any green, but especially like warm, dark reds are absolutely my jam. And I think this will be really, really pretty with that cowl neck and the nice yoke detail. Yeah, so I'm very, very excited for this one. It might get like fast tracked to the top of the pile. My next project, actually the next two, are going to be in the category of like t-shirts inspired by cardigans or like cardigan style t-shirts. So the first one is I'm just going to remake this one here. I'm going to make some changes. This is the True Bias Brynn. It is a brand new release. This was my tester version. I made the dress, and yeah, so I need to make some adjustments, but also the pattern changed from the testing period. They updated some things based on our feedback. So the fit will be a little bit different. I know I'll want to bring up the V just a little bit. I think for a dress, I don't mind wearing like a little vest top underneath, but for like an everyday t-shirt, I want it to just be able to wear it as one layer and not have to think about how low the neckline is. So I'm going to bring that up a little bit. Again, I'm going to like fix my little sloping shoulder issue, but I am really excited about this pattern. It is super cute, and I think it is really nice. One of those that like transcends the feels like a basic, is easy and comfy to wear, secret pajamas, but looks very cute and elevated. So it comes in 3 sleeve options. So you have a sleeveless, which has its own pattern pieces, which I always have like a lot of respect for pattern designers that actually make that distinction between their sleeveless and sleeved options, because so much about it is different with the arm size and the shoulder width. So I really like that. So they have a sleeveless, a short kind of cap sleeve version, and then the full length. And this again is like very 90s inspired. As you can see, there's a bit of a theme. It is a cardigan. The pattern comes with a functional button placket, but I just like sewed mine shut and stuck the buttons on. And to me, that is more functional because it is very close fitting. It's meant to be very close fitting. It really isn't a cardigan for layering. I think you could wear it open over like a very fitted tank top or vest top, but I don't think it's really meant to go over even like t-shirts, but definitely not anything bulkier than that. So to me, I don't need the button placket. I'm just going to sew the buttons right on, and probably like I did for this one, I just sewed it all the way shut. I don't worry about any gaping or anything like that. So I am team just like sew it down. Yeah, what else about this pattern? It comes in 3 lengths. There's a cropped, a hip length, and a dress. I'm wearing the dress, not that you can see that, but I will make this version just in the like regular hip length. I thought about maybe doing the cropped one since I'll probably be pairing it with like high-waisted skirts and stuff, but just for the versatility, like I can tuck it into something high-waisted since it is very fitted. And then if I wear it with jeans that are more like mid-rise, I still have the coverage there. So very excited about the Brynn cardigan, and I have it in another rib knit. This one is slightly softer and thinner than the one that I am wearing. To me, this one is like right on the edge of being too bulky for this pattern. It also doesn't quite have, I think it doesn't quite have enough recovery. And that's a thing in the pattern that I wish they talked a little bit more about. They definitely talk about stretch for picking fabric, but I do find that this one like bags out a little bit, and setting the neckband was kind of a pain. I had to take a lot out of it just because this fabric doesn't have quite as much recovery. Both of these are 95% cotton, 5% elastane, but I just feel like there's so much variation with rib knits that I no longer trust myself to buy them online. This one I did buy online, and I was like, oh, it's a little bit thicker, doesn't have as much recovery as I would want. So these I bought in person, and they do feel a bit more like what I am wanting. Again, they are a little bit thinner, still pretty soft, and then have more like of that bounce back recovery. So I think that's going to work really, really nicely for the Brynn cardigan. And I do have like the perfect buttons. When I saw this color, I was like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I have them right at home. So I'll see if I can like take a picture of the buttons with this fabric and yeah, put it in here because I'm very excited about this project. So the last pattern that I am wanting to try is the Seamwork Orlando, which I know for so many sewists is like their tried and true absolute favorite t-shirt. The main version is just a scoop neck with a cap sleeve. It is fitted throughout the body. And then there is a Seamwork bonus, so a member bonus that has a longer sleeve and also the option to make it into a bodysuit. And that all seemed like good to me, but the thing that sold me on this pattern was how many folks have hacked it to do a button front into kind of like a t-shirt inspired or a cardigan inspired t-shirt. And again, I really love that. Similar to the Brynn, but this one would have a scoop neck. I have a ready to wear t-shirt that I wear all the time that is very, very similar. It's got the scoop neck. It has a snap front down the butt. What? A snap front. Snap buttons down the front. That's what I was trying to say. Geez Louise. And I really love it. It has like a little lettuce hem. Again, very 90s inspired. That seems to be my jam going forward through like autumn and winter this season. And so I'm really excited to take those tutorials, both from Seamwork and then from other members of the community, and yeah, try my hand at a scoop neck cardigan type t-shirt. So for that, I have the same fabric, just like this petrol one, but this one is a, like kind of a darker leafy green. I wouldn't quite say it's like evergreen, but it's very, very natural, very nice, like mid-toned green. I really, really love this one. Again, it is that 95% cotton, 5% elastane rib knit, but this one, again, like really good recovery, really super stretchy, a bit thinner, so really good for t-shirts more than for like traditional ribbing for like a sweatshirt or even to make a sweater. So I'm very excited about this one. I love the weight of it, I love the color, and I think it will make a really, really cute Seamwork Orlando. I'm excited to, I'll shop my button stash first, but if I don't have anything there, I love buying buttons. So we'll see what we end up with. So those are my picks for some not so basic tops, some not boring, more elevated t-shirts to have going forward for autumn and winter. I'm really excited to get to making some of these, but mostly I'm really excited to get to wearing some of these because again, like I said, my fall winter wardrobe has just been like a little bit sad little bit boring. So yeah, very excited to interject some wearable but still interesting pieces into that. I would love to hear from you guys, like if you have a favorite go-to pattern, or like fabric, what are your ways of making basics like not so basic? How do you like elevate more like everyday clothes? So I'd love to hear about like what patterns, fabrics, or details that you add, any hacks that you do. Yeah, very excited. These aren't going to be my only autumn winter sewing plans. I am hoping to kind of integrate these plans into my winter planning, which I'm starting next week with Seamwork with Design Your Wardrobe. I really, really love that process. I always learn like way more about myself than I do. Like the actual sewing stuff is great. I think their formula works really, really well. It provides a lot of structure and scaffolding, but then a lot of flexibility for how you can apply that to like your individual sewing practice. I want to say while I'm on this like spiel that I am a Seamwork ambassador. I was a regular member, like I paid for my subscription for the first 2 years before applying to be an ambassador. So that just means that I don't pay for my membership anymore. But every time I make a Seamwork pattern, and there's no like I have to make a certain amount every year. It's just when I make a Seamwork pattern, I need to post about it on their community. I'm not required to share it here or anywhere else, but just on the Seamwork community, which is very sweet, very supportive, and really fun. And then I send Seamwork, the Seamwork team, like a little bit of feedback about my sewing experience. So I have really loved it. I've also really loved the Seamwork social community that has kind of sprung up in the last year, I think. The Netherlands was one of the first like pilot programs where, yeah, the team at Seamwork has worked for several years to build up their online community, and that is really nice and really fun. But in the last 2 years, they have worked on getting like people actually physically together. So this weekend, I'm actually going with a group to The Hague to a Dior exhibit, which I'm very excited about. It'll be really fun to talk design and fabric and all of that with other Seamwork folks. So yeah, that ended up being a way longer explanation than it needed to be. But that is to say, if Design Your Wardrobe sounds like a fun thing, it starts on Monday, and I do have like an affiliate link. I've never used it before, so I'm going to try to put that in there before this video goes up. But if you want to check it out, you can use my link. There's also there's a link through the podcast, the Seamwork Radio, if you like to listen on there. But yeah, I just really love the program, and it has taught me so much about, sure, like about sewing and wardrobe planning, and that is really, really valuable. It's also taught me a lot about my own values and what I am wanting in terms of like creativity and expression. So that alone is like, yeah, a reason to talk about it and like be excited. So I'm hoping to bring you guys with me in that process. We will see how my energy goes for making videos throughout Design Your Wardrobe. But yeah, I want to integrate some of these project ideas into my like overall winter sewing planning. So that will start happening next week. And yeah, I will bring you along with me as much as I can. That's all for me, I think. This has been a very rambly outro, so sorry, not sorry. But until next time, happy making. Let me know what you guys are sewing, and I'll see you soon. Bye!